in the organization of data, we still have to deal with one more topic, that is grouping of data. Now you might come across such examples in which you have to group the data. For example, this raw data. Now here you can see the marks obtained by students, right? There are some students in the class whose marks I have written down, right? Now here the raw data is in such a large quantity. When you have large amount of raw data, you must always make a grouping of the data. Now how is the grouping done? We can make the groups like 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, depending on you. You can still make it like 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. It depends whatever format you want it to be. I am taking it to be the groups to be 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. That means I am taking a gap of 10 in each group. Again, for organization of the data, I will be making a tabular format. That tabular format over here, the first column of the tabular format is going to have the groups. Now all my groups will be written in the groups section, that is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on, up to the maximum value should, up to such a value such that your maximum data value can be covered into it. Now the second section of the tabular format will be your tally marks section. In tally marks, again we will be repeating the same procedure, one tally mark for one value of the raw data, and then we will be counting them together, totaling them to write the frequency of each case. Now as we have already made the groups, we can start with the tally mark section. For the tally mark section, let us check the first value of 21. See, 21 is going to lie in between the group value of 20 and 30. So I have made up one tally mark in the group of 20 to 30. The next value is 10. Now see, 10 is coming in this group as well as in the next group. Please do not get confused in this one, because the 10 value is always considered in the next one, successive group. Over here you cannot make a bar for 10. 10 is not included in the group of 0 to 10, because in the group of 0 to 10 only 0 to 9 values are included. So 10 is going to go into the next group, that is 10 to 20, where values will be ranging from 10 to 19. So we will be putting the value 10 in the group of 10 to 20. Similarly, moving on, we have 30. Again we are going to have the same confusion. So we are going to place the 30 value in 30 to 40 group, because the 30 value will always go in the higher group, that is 30 to 40 group. Similarly, we can go on with 22, 33, 5, 37, 12 and so on. That means for each and every value you will be making the tally marks the similar way as we have done earlier, right? All the tally marks made together for each and every value will show us this type of table. Now you can see over here that the bars are representing how many times or how many values are lying between 0 to 10, that is 20. How many marks, how many students have secured marks between 10 to 20, that will be 5 plus 5, 10. How many students have secured marks between 20 to 30, that will be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1, that is 21. Again, how many students have secured marks between 30 to 40, that is 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 4, that makes 19 and so on. So this is representing the frequency, right? Now this is known as the frequency distribution, but because we are using the group section over here, we are using the group data, that is why this is called the group frequency distribution table, whereas the first column represents the groups, we have the tally marks, we have the frequencies also.